Well, is downsizing your home right for you in 2025? Whatever the reason, if you are thinking about downsizing, let's talk about that. There definitely are some advantages to downsizing your home. Of course, there definitely are some drawbacks too. In fact, let's do this. Let's go ahead and start there first. Hey, real quick, before we do get to that, if this is your first time here, my name's Jose and I am your SoCal Realtor. If you are thinking about buying or selling a home, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I, we've helped many people just like you, and we're here and ready to help you with your real estate needs too. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. Okay, so first of all, the obvious. If you're downsizing, well, you're gonna have less space to store your stuff. If you're moving from a 3 or 4 bedroom, 2,000 square foot home, but you're moving and downsizing to a, let's say a 2 or 3 bedroom home with maybe only 1,000, maybe 1,500 square feet, there are some decisions that are gonna need to be made. Such as, that's a lot of extra furniture that's probably not likely to fit in your new home, at least not comfortably anyway. Sorry, just one more thing. I do want to encourage you to watch all the way to the end of the video, because if you are serious about selling and downsizing your home, obviously you're going to want to make sure that you maximize on the sales price. Get everything you can from your home to be able to make that move just that much easier. Well, I do have a free gift that I want to offer you that I think you're going to find very helpful in being able to help you do that. Another drawback to downsizing is if you do decide to make that move, well, moving often comes with costs as well as stress. Now, if you're moving long distance, then obviously you don't need to watch this video to pretty much put 2 and 2 together and realize it's going to cost money to get your things over there. But even if you're moving just right down the street, or maybe the next city over, or maybe down the freeway to a couple cities down, whatever the case is, even if you're moving locally, you still might end up having to get a moving truck, unless you're fortunate enough. Maybe you have some friends, family that have pickup trucks and they'll help you move. But if you don't have that, then you may end up having to rent a moving truck or maybe even a moving company to help you with that move. But here's the thing. I also want to make sure when we're talking about costs, well, there's closing costs involved when you do buy a home. And if you're considering moving to a 55 plus community, I mean, first of all, they're great for retirees for a number of reasons, and we're not gonna really dive into all that. That's not the point of this video. But they're great for retirees for a number of reasons. But while not usually very high, they usually do come with monthly HOA fees. And of course, if you've lived in your house for a while, there might be some emotional connection there. Listen, saying goodbye to somewhere that you've lived for the past, I don't know, however many number of years it's been that you've lived there, it can, understandably so, it can sometimes be a little tough to do that. Not to mention, if you've lived in a bigger home, maybe a 2,000 square foot home, maybe even bigger than that, it can sometimes take a little bit to adjust to living in a smaller home.
Is that it?
But like I said earlier, no matter what your reasoning is for downsizing, there definitely are some advantages to it too. Such as, first of all, well, a smaller home oftentimes is going to come with less maintenance. Less square footage means less space, less things to have to worry about, to have to maintain or repair. I should say potentially less things to have to worry about maintaining and repairing it. Not to mention, well, less yard work too. If you have a 7, 8, or maybe a 10,000 square foot lot, but you downsize to a home with a lot that's like half the size, that's a whole lot less yard to have to worry about. Also, with less square footage, when it comes to house cleaning, that's quite a bit less to have to worry about. I mean, who loves cleaning a house? Sure, there might be a few people that do enjoy it, but listen, for most of us, I think most of us could come up with quite a few other things we'd rather be doing than cleaning the house. Quick side note on that though, because with the 55 plus communities, at least usually the ones that are more in like a condo setting, but many of them, they oftentimes, they'll eliminate the outdoor yard maintenance altogether. There's also lower costs. Think about it. If you have a smaller home, it's going to cost less to cool it in the summer, to heat it in the winter, to keep the lights on at night, to keep the yard watered. Yeah, the utility bills, listen, unless you're running your AC cold enough to turn your house into a meat locker, the utility bills, they should be lower. There's also better location. Sorry, let me clarify myself, because I'm not saying that your house is in a horrible location.
You better not be.
What I mean by better location is if you're retired or maybe getting ready to retire, well then you're obviously not worried about commuting to work anymore. So what if instead you lived closer to the things you enjoy doing? Meaning maybe you're a golfer, or maybe you enjoy hiking, or maybe you enjoy swimming, or Or maybe you want to join a crafts club. Or maybe you just want to live closer to the kids or the grandkids. There's also financial freedom. I say this one because depending on how long you've lived in your home and your mortgage situation, I mean, you might, from the sale of your home, you might be able to put a large percentage of money down toward the purchase of your new home. Or you might even be able to buy your new home in cash and have no mortgage. Whether you plan on downsizing your home this year, next year, 10 years from now, it really comes down to balancing the financial benefits with the lifestyle adjustments that do come with it. So I guess what you really should do is ask yourself this. Are you prepared to adjust to a smaller space? Meaning, are you prepared to let go of some of the things that you have at your house in order to be able to fit into your new home? Are you done with the maintenance? Meaning you're not really able to keep up with everything at your house. Or maybe you can, it's just that you're over it. Does your new home come with an HOA? If it does, how do you feel about it? Or will your new home have a potentially higher property tax rate? Would you benefit financially from downsizing? Meaning if you were able to buy your new home in cash or almost in cash, maybe you do have a small mortgage, but you were able to buy your new home from the sale of your current house, would you benefit financially from that? Hey, I'm glad you're still here because as I mentioned earlier in the video, I do have a free gift for you, and that is my free home seller's guide. Listen, if you're planning to downsize to a smaller home, then in all honesty, you're probably gonna have to sell your current house. Well, this guide is designed to be your blueprint to do that, to help you get your current house prepared, in position to sell in order to allow you to be able to maximize on the sales price, to be able to ensure that it sells in a reasonable time frame, to make that transition, to make that move possible and easier for you. Go ahead and click on the link down below to download your free home seller's guide. Of course, if you do have any questions at all though, or if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, my contact information is also below. Feel free to reach out. Until then, catch you on the next one.